Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to figure out what do you do with the new drone you just purchased. You're pretty excited, as I was when I got my first drone, or maybe it's not your first drone, but it's the very first time that you want to really do things in accordance to the law now that the laws have changed a little bit and they've created some guidelines for us. So, well, here in America, the law says if the drone weighs more than 0.55 pounds, then you have to register it. Now, some of you may have flown some of these drones before, or maybe not, and these are drones that some of them down to the tiny whoops are less than 0.55 pounds, so you don't have to register them. Well, the newer ones, switching over to something like this, you've got a drone that does weigh more than 0.55 pounds. And so what you do is you go right over to the drone zone, the FAA drone zone, and you pay $5 for the registration, no more than $5. If you're paying more than $5, then you probably have another entity that's doing it for you. And really, it's pretty simple. Do you want to get the numbers off of the side of your drone? And usually it might be on the box of your drone, but these are the serial numbers. And I would go directly to the drone itself and take a look at the serial numbers. I know they can be a bit small sometimes. You may have to use a magnifying glass or put your phone to it, zoom in on it, and get a really good reading of what that is. Notate it, put it down somewhere, and then you bring it over to the FAA drone zone and you put your serial numbers in to get your registration numbers. After paying $5 and registering the drone, it's pretty simple. Just say what type of drone it is, put your serial numbers in. Within seconds, you get a registration code. You're not done yet. You have to take that registration and put it somewhere viewable on the drone. So you can either write it down somewhere on a paper and tape it to the drone, or maybe you have a labeler and you can print it out in a labeler and put it somewhere on the drone. You want to make sure it's pretty secure and that it's not going to get in the way of any of the propellers or maybe into the gimbal or anything, and that it's pretty viewable. It's not too difficult of a process, and we'll walk you through it right now. Okay, very good. Good job at registering your drone. You just did the very first legal and best thing you should do to fly safe. Well, are you ready to go flying the drone yet? Probably not just yet. There's a couple of other things you should do before you can just jump right on your drone. First, you have to download the program that's used to fly the drone. In this case, this is a DJI. This one uses DJI Go 4, but you may have another drone that uses something else, such as Pilot. If it is Go 4 or Pilot, they make it pretty simple to set the return to home back, and we want to set the return to home back, and we want to go through some other things within the application to make sure that the drone will fly to where it needs to go safely and come back safely if something should happen. So we'll walk you through that process right now and show you what things you need to get before you enter this information in, such as the highest buildings in the area, the highest structures, trees that you have in your area. You want to know some of that information. And you can get that through several ways. One is Google Maps, and we can walk you through that also. If you look back here, we'll go through a little something where we'll show you how to get the average altitudes, and you always want to give a little bit more than actually what's being posted on these sites, just to be safe. The other thing you want to do is you want to check into another program, one that I use called Air Maps. Air Maps will let you know where it's safe to fly without breaking the law. You can't fly too close to the airport, so this will let you know where the airports are and what you have to do if you have to fly somewhere near an airport. You're not restricted completely, but there is some restriction to it, and we'll walk you through that right now.